Good morning, Mr. Logue.
Hello, Ms.
I just saw you yesterday.
Yes, thank you. Good to see you again. Thank you very much. My name is Assemblyman Madan Logue, and I am grateful for the opportunity to voice my opinion in this important hearing. I do not disagree that we should work collectively to improve the state's air quality and provide a healthy environment for our families in all of California. However, in its current form, the board regulation places a significant economic risk on the businesses of today and jeopardizes the future of the viability of the trucking industry, which is already reeling from unprecedented financial turmoil and drastic decline in business, which has been brought about by a natural decline in emissions. There are several claims used to support the implementation of the highly restrictive diesel regulations, one of which is that diesel particulate matter causes 4,000 premature deaths per year in California. There is substantial epidemiological evidence from 6 independent sources that there is no current relationship between the fine particulate matter and the premature deaths in California. The evidence Carb relies on is not sufficient to establish the true causal relationship in California. Also, serious doubts have been raised about the professional qualifications of Carb staff members who prepare the key reports on PM 2.5 and premature deaths. Further, the final version of this report and relevant public comments were never shown to outside peer reviewers as required by state law. Diesel toxicity and PM pollution in California at record low levels. California has the 4th lowest total adjusted death rate among United States and the fewest premature deaths in the country. Modifying diesel emissions engines in the way proposed by Carb may be of little value because the particulate matter fallacy and chemical composition of PM in California versus other states. This scientific issue should be fully addressed by Carb before enacting regulations which will cost upwards to $10 billion to implement. On a legal note, after historical review of Carb's scientific review panel on toxic air contaminants, there was found substantial evidence that the appointments of 9 members of the SRP as of 1998 were not made in accordance with relevant provisions in Section 39670 of the California Health and Safety Code with the intent of the original legislative bills created by AB 1807, Tanner and La Follette. These legal issues should be fully addressed by Carb before implementing costly regulations on the people of California. In passing of December 12, 2008 regulations of Carb effectively ignored the economic arguments and pleas about 500 written or verbal public comments. One California contractor gave particular telling comments. The effect on my company is 100% of my portable equipment will be illegal to use or sell in California. 100% of my trucks, 90% of off-highway. These regulations all at once. This is a destruction of my capital. I've spent 44 years in business gaining this equity. These regulations have destroyed it all at once. Destroys a business model for the entrepreneur who saves money, invests it, and provides employment for tax bases of our economy. I'd like to conclude that as an assembly person who's the vice chairman of Jobs and Economic Recovery, this state is in an economic crisis, and that this is not the time to move forward on diesel emissions when the science has not been proven, that there is so much disagreement in the public's view that this is a time to step back from this issue, allow the science to be provided to prove whether or not this is an issue that is damaging the health of Californians. I will say this, if you look at people's life expectancy being greatly reduced, it'll be because they don't have jobs and through the stress of not being able to pay for their bills and support their family. I know that you have a tough task ahead of you. I respect all the work that you do, and I'm urging you, and I also have a letter here from 52 legislators in the State Assembly that are asking you to do the same, to please back off on this issue and give these truckers and the businesses of California a break. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Rose, thank you. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Thanks. It's okay. It's okay to applaud. I want to ask a question. Many of the points that you made we will be discussing later when this item is before us on the agenda. But there were a couple, and a number of the comments that I heard in your oral testimony. There are things that I know have been discussed before or were commented on, in the record and in letters back and forth. But there were a couple of points that you made that I hadn't heard before, and so I'm wondering if you have a written version of the testimony that you just gave us, and if you could leave that with our staff or give it to us, we'd appreciate it.
I will not only be happy to leave it with you, but I'd like to have your response on it. If you would.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Oh. We're